gerrymandering, Uncharted, and North Korea are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is February 11th, 2022. It is the 42nd day of the year. There are 223 days left in this year. It's the 6th Friday in the 7th week and the 53rd day of winter. My granddaughter, who's 5, informed me today that she thinks that whole groundhog thing is BS. What'd she say? She said nonsense and malarkey. Those were her words. Then she also told me that if you have really bad gas, people leave the room. I don't know where she got that idea from, but yeah, this was over lunch today. Moving on. If today's your birthday, your zodiac sign is an Aquarius. Today is Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. On February 11th, Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day promotes a positive attitude even when things might not be going your way. It's a day for looking on the bright side of things and then carrying that feeling with you every day after. Don't worry, be happy is kind of the theme of this one. All right, let's see what else February 11th has given us. 1794, the first session of the United States Senate opens to the public, which I'm sure was filled with excitement. I watched C-SPAN for like 15 minutes before and had to turn it off. I had more pressing things to do, like watching paint dry. 1809, Robert Fulton invents the steamboat ferry. 1812, Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry is accused of gerrymandering for the first time. Yeah, this was the first time that the phrase was used, and now it's part of our life, and it's a cause of frustration and disappointment for both the people and the politicians. If you don't know what gerrymandering is, it refers to a political manipulation of electoral district boundaries with the intent of creating undue advantage for a party or socioeconomic class within its constituency. Basically, rig the map so you or your political party have a better chance of being elected next time around. Example, let's say you have Party A doing the redistricting. What they'll do is they'll take neighborhoods or little areas that have opposing views, like Party B, people that normally vote for Party B. Well, they'll cut their neighborhoods in half so that they'll have less of an impact in the overall picture when you take a district. Well, it doesn't have as many of Party B in there as they have Party A in there. Well, they'll manipulate the map so this happens all over the place, or as best they can without it being extremely obvious of what they're doing. Now, the reason they call it gerrymandering is because when Elbridge Gerry did this, the Boston Gazette or Boston Globe said it looked like a salamander. So they took Gerry and mander, gerrymandering. Now, since we had the census last time, right now they're doing a bunch of redistricting, and there's a whole lot of gerrymandering going on, so much so that a lot of courts have basically thrown out some of the maps that have been put forward. Now, I'm not saying either party's doing it more than the other. They both do this. It's legal, but most people don't think it should be legal. I saw a map of one district in Ohio. It was shaped like a question mark. The whole system is just kind of weird, but they both do it, so it's really not fair. And the only time either party complains about it is when the other one's doing it. And then 10 years down the line, when they start doing gerrymandering, they're like, oh no, well, the reason we're doing it is because factors have changed in this situation. You know, just a bunch of political mumbo jumbo that doesn't need to be heard. 1928, the recliner is invented by two cousins, one named Edward, one named Edwin. They started a company and they held a contest on what to call their chair they invented, and Lazy Boy won. 1937, the Flint sit-down strike ends when General Motors recognizes the United Auto Workers Trade Union. This was a big thing in organized labor. 1971, the Cold War. The Seabed Arms Control Treaty opens for signatures. This outlawed nuclear weapons from being placed on the ocean floor in international waters. 1975, Margaret Thatcher is elected leader of the Conservatives. She was quite a politician. A lot of people don't like her, but she was the Iron Lady, as they called her. 1990, Nelson Mandela is released from Victor Verster prison outside Cape Town, South Africa, after 27 years as a political prisoner. That man had quite a story. Sadly, every time he's brought up and everything I've ever read about him, while he was in prison, apparently his wife was just corrupt. And that's too bad. Kind of puts a stain on Nelson Mandela, who was a very interesting and very determined man. 2017, North Korea test fires a ballistic missile across the Sea of Japan. So they've been doing this off and on for a couple of years. 2017, I think, was the first one that they really launched really far. But anyway, a year later, someone screws up in Hawaii. Now, this has been all over the press that North Korea has been test firing these missiles and they could possibly hit the United States. And the news started saying, well, they could definitely hit Hawaii by now. And then in 2018, someone slid this gem out to everyone's phones by accident. Hawaii was running a test, for their emergency alert system, and it went out live, and it didn't say test, and it scared the crap out of the entire state. Good times right there. Movies released on February 11th, today, 2022, Uncharted. This is an adaptation of a video game. There was a video franchise called Uncharted, which was pretty fun. I played it back in the day. I think the first one came out somewhere around 2009, maybe 2014. They had another one. Great game. But it stars Tom Holland, who just got done being Spider-Man. It also has Mark Wahlberg, Antonio Banderas, and Sophia Ali. I don't know if I'm going to see that today, but I'm definitely going to see it after the weekend. I don't like going to movies when too many people are there, and I think this one could be big. So we'll see. I'll let you know. Born on February 11th, 1962, Sheryl Crow. She is a pop and country singer-songwriter who had been nominated for more than 30 Grammys and has sold over 50 million albums. She is known for such hits as All I Want to Do. She's got a whole bunch. She got kind of her first break in 1987 when she was backup singer for Michael Jackson on his 1987 tour. She also performed with the Rolling Stones, but her big time came right around 1993 and lasted to about 99 maybe. I mean, she's still popular and she still draws a crowd, but her peak was in the early to mid 90s, somewhere in there. Her and Jewel and Alanis Morissette, they were all top of their game. They were like the superstars of women in music for a few years. No glam, no glitz, no dancing. They were just good singer-songwriters. And then Britney Spears came along and kind of ruined their parade. I remember seeing an interview, and I'm not sure if it was Jewel or Alanis Morissette, and they were, doing their music and all that, and all of a sudden they're watching MTV one day, and Britney Spears comes out, and everyone's going crazy about them. And then whichever one it was all, well, that was a nice career. Looks like things have shifted. Died on February 11th, 2017, General Hal Moore. He's a decorated lieutenant general in the United States Army. He fought in the Korean War and the Vietnam War, winning 4 Bronze Stars, 9 Air Medals, the Legion of Merit, the Army Distinguished Service Medal, and the Distinguished Service Cross. This man's chest looked like a fruit salad, as we called it in the military, where you put all your ribbons on your chest on the left side of your uniform, and they're all different colors. And so everyone starts to call it a fruit salad. He was a great military leader, and in 1992, Moore wrote a book called We Were Soldiers Once and Young. The book was turned into a movie in 2002 called We Were Soldiers. It was filmed at Fort Benning, Georgia, which I know very well. Went to Ranger School there and basic training. And when I was at Fort Ord, California, our training area was called Fort Hunter Liggett, which is down Central California. They filmed the battle scenes from the Vietnam War at Fort Hunter Liggett. Now, everyone's seen the movies. Everyone's seen the pictures of the Vietnam War. It's always jungle. It's really nasty and it's swampy and all that good stuff. So when I watch the movie, I'm all, this is BS. This looks nothing like Vietnam. It's the California brown hills with small trees that, you get in Central California. So it kind of ruined the movie for me. And then I did a little research online. The area that Hal Moore and his troops fought this major battle in for the movie and in the book, it looks very similar to Fort Hunter Liggett. I'd say it's a little bit greener, but it's kind of the same. Afterwards I went back, I watched it again, and I felt a little better about the movie. In an interesting twist, so I was at Fort Ord, California, which is the 7th Infantry Division, which has this patch that's a red circle with an hourglass in it that's black. Hal Moore was in that unit in the Korean War. And then they filmed the movie at their training area. I thought it was neat. Hal Moore had a stroke on February 10th, 2017 and passed away on February 11th, 2 days before his 95th birthday. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day. Be nice to each other.